We know how to add, we know how to subtract, now we want to multiply. But in multiplication, let me call your attention back to multiplication tables. What did we say? For example, 2 times 5. What do you have? That is 10. But do you know that 2 was positive 2? Yes, because we said that positive integers are also called natural numbers that can be written without the positive sign. That's why we had 10. So I want us to consider 2 tables here, and I want you to see whatever is happening. So consider table A. Table A, we have table 2. So 5 times 2, this is 10 already. Do you know that 5 times 2 is 10? And this 5 is a natural number, meaning that it is positive 5, close. 2 is a natural number, this is now positive 2, close, giving us positive 10 as our answer. If I continue, now positive 4 times positive 2, this now will give us what? Positive 8. So we have positive 8 here. Then we have positive 3 times positive 2. So we are maintaining just 2. We want to see what is going on here. This now positive 6. Then positive 2 times positive 2. What do you have here? Positive 4. Perfect. Positive 2 times positive 1. What do you have? This now positive 2. Perfect. So this is, look at this. This from 5, we move to 4, we move to 3, we move to 2. So we are supposed to be moving here to 1. Then here we maintain 2. So we have to maintain 2 here. Next, from 1, what do we move to? Remember, we are decreasing by 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this now 0 times positive 2. Any number multiplied by 0 is 0. Or you can, how can we get our answer? We know by knowing that any number multiplied by 0 is 0. Another way, we can follow the pattern. 8, 6, 4, 8, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. From 2, 0. From 0 here, we have negative 1 multiplied by positive 2. So even without, I don't know the answer here. Negative 1 times positive 2, I don't know the answer. But if I follow the pattern, I don't need to worry. Here, I'm decreasing 2 to reach 0. From 0, so 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. On the decreasing side, 0, below 0, we have negative number. Which negative is that? Since we are moving at a distance, equal distance of 2, 2, 2, it will be negative 2. So this pattern has helped me solve this answer. The pattern has helped me solve this answer. So I don't need to worry again. So I'm just going to move to the next number, of which I can predict. What is the next number here? Negative 4. You are right. So which is negative 4? Negative 2 times positive 2. Negative 4. So negative 2, negative 3 times positive 2. That is negative 6. So I can go back until I reach negative 8, negative 10. It's just in moving downward with an equal interval. That is what you need to understand. So once you understand that, everything is okay and perfect. Now, come back here. 2 things we have to note. A positive number multiplied by a positive number is giving us a positive number. That is number 1. Number 2 here, a negative number multiplied by a positive number is giving us a negative number. Or a negative integer multiplied by a positive integer is giving us a negative integer. How did we know that? We follow the pattern. So the pattern gave us the answer. So already we know a negative integer multiplied by a negative integer, we get negative integer multiplied by a positive integer, we get a negative integer. Can I repeat that? Yes. Number one, two things to note. Positive integer multiplied by positive integer giving us positive integer. Negative integer multiplied by positive integer giving us negative integer. And since multiplication, if I have somewhere here, so don't write this, 4 times 2 give us 8. Is that correct? Yes. 4 times 2 give us 8. If I switch so that I have 2 times 4, will answer be different? No, we are still going to have 8. So, meaning that if I switch and have positive 2, positive integer multiplied by negative integer, I should still have negative integer. That is what I mean. That's table A. Let's move to table B. Table B. What do we have in table B? Table B, let us say 5 times negative 3. Already, we have 5, which is positive here, times negative 3, which is negative. At the back of our brain, already we know. A negative integer times a positive integer, negative. Positive integer times negative integer, still negative. If we switch on, we switch them, we switch the positions, we still have the same answer. So already here I know this one will be negative 15. Then same positive 4 times negative 3. Still I have negative 12. Positive 3 times negative 3. What do you have? Negative 9. Are you getting the pattern? I'm going backwards. There's an interval of 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, but I'm moving downwards. So meaning that this is the smallest from negative. So my values are increasing. Here, positive 2 times negative 3. What do you have? Negative 6. Positive 1 times negative 3, still the answer will be negative 3. From positive 1, what do I have? 0 times negative 3, we have 0. Any number multiplied by 0 is 0. We said that. So here, we are not going to have problems. We just multiplication table. And remember, multiplication table is whatever we did in our first lesson in this channel. You can go and exercise your brain. Multiplying a 4-digit number by a 5-digit number, and a 5-digit number by a 5-digit number without a calculator. That one will expand your brain. That is lesson 1. Now, below, ask yourself this. There's a pattern moving. There's a pattern created here. We are adding 3 to this, we come to 12. 3 between 15 and negative 15 and negative 12, we have 3. Negative 12 and negative 9, we have 3. Negative 6 and negative 3, that is still we have 3. 3 and 0, we still have 3. Now, here, the numbers are decreasing. Already, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We make negative 3 constant, but these ones are increasing. Why? Remember, negative 15 is less than negative 12, negative 12 is less than negative 9, negative 9 is less than 6, negative 6 is less than negative 3, negative 3 is less than 0. So here, after negative 3 and you reach 0, what do you expect? 0 should be less than a positive number here, So, meaning that if you have negative 1, times negative 3, the answer will be, this is now 3. So from negative 3 to 0, I move to the other side of 0, which is positive. So this side of 0 is negative, I reach 0. The other side of 0 is positive. That is what I wanted you to understand here. So let us continue and see. Negative 2 times negative 3, that is now, what do you have? Good. So we have positive 6. Negative 3 times negative 3, what do you have? This is now positive 9. So we don't need to go to negative 100 times 3 to prove a point. We have seen two things happening here. The first one, we have seen a negative number, a positive number, or a positive integer multiplied by a negative integer, we get a negative integer. Whatever we deduce here. Positive, positive, positive. Negative, positive, what do you have? This is negative. Then positive, negative, that is still negative. So what do you have? Here we have negative, negative, positive. Negative, negative, positive. This is the pattern I wanted you to see. And this pattern has created some valuable answers for us. So instead of wasting time going through all this to prove a point, we can now note down here and say 1. Positive integer times positive integer. Our answer will be positive. The answer will be positive integer. Then the same, positive integer times negative, you have negative. Positive integer times negative integer, this one is giving us negative integer. Wow, amazing. If I start with the negative integer from here, negative integer times positive integer, we have negative integer. Are you getting that? Negative integer multiplied by positive integer, we have negative integer created by the pattern. So I never wanted you to cram. Don't cram mathematics, but follow the pattern. We'll give you the right answer. Negative integer times negative integer times positive integer. What is our answer? Times positive integer. Our answer is still negative integer. Then lastly, we have that negative integer times negative integer. Negative integer times negative integer. What do you have? Positive integer. So negative integer times negative integer, positive integer. Negative integer times positive integer, negative integer. Positive integer times negative integer, negative integer. Negative times positive, negative. Negative times negative, positive. Positive times positive, negative. Positive times positive, positive, I mean. So that is under multiplication of integers. So we don't need to struggle. We are not going to use a number line here. But one thing you have known, you have gotten this from the table. So these two tables has helped us solve a problem. So let us consider, without wasting time now, we are going to work very fast. Consider, evaluate. Evaluate, what are we evaluating? A, we have 2 times negative 3. B, I have negative 4 times negative 2. C, what do you have? Negative 8 times negative 60. And D here, what do I have? I have 16 times negative 9. Imagine after going through this, and after thinking all that, after remembering multiplication table that you are taught in grade 3, then knowing that if I'm going to deal with a positive multiplied by positive, that's obvious, positive. If I'm dealing with now positive multiplied by negative, no matter what, the answer will be negative. So I just know at the back of my mind, the answer is negative, then I multiply the numbers. Then if I have now negative multiplied by positive now, negative multiplied by positive, the answer is still negative. So multiplying two similar signs give us positive, and two unsimilar, unlike signs give us negative. Negative, negative, positive. Positive, positive, positive. Positive, negative, negative. Negative, positive, negative. Negative, positive, negative. Negative, positive, negative. So that's a rhythm. You can create that. But no need of that. Solution. 2 times negative 3. We know I'm multiplying a positive number times a negative number. Positive, negative, negative. I know the answer will be negative. Then I multiply 2 times 3, 6. Negative 6. As simple as that. B, what do you have? Negative 4 times negative 2. Negative, negative, positive. Negative, negative, positive. The answer will be positive. I just multiply 4 times 2, that is 8. Simple. C, what do you have? Negative 8 times negative 60. Negative 8 times negative 60. Here, this is a bigger number. I cannot use it even if I start listing method, I'm going to waste time. What should I do? At the back of my mind, negative, negative, positive. So I'm going to, the answer will be positive. So what do? I just take 60 times 8. 8 times 0, that is 0. 8 times 6, that is 48. So it will be positive 480. Good. C, what do I have? So I have this one, this, A, B, C. Then I have D now. D, what do you have? 16 times negative 9. What's the answer? 16 times negative 9. Type the answer in the comment section.